Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Maine Cat Lab, where our goal is to measure and report on how cats are unique. There's no cat just like yours. We now have 1,600 cats in our personality study, and we want to update some of our cat personality results. With the help of their human companions, we have measures of each cat's big five personality traits: extraversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, openness to experience or curiosity, and emotional stability, the opposite of neuroticism. A cat or a human can score high, medium, or low on any of these five traits, and your rating on one trait, such as agreeableness, is unassociated with how much of any of the other four traits you may have. They're distinct, and one of the reasons that people are so unique. The combinations are limitless. There's no one just like you, or your next-door neighbor, or your cat. Our personality traits tend to be relatively stable, particularly after age 30 for humans, which suggests that nature, rather than nurture, is a big part of our big five. One trait in particular, extraversion, is noticeable quite early in life. These dimensions have been used to measure human personality for decades. Personality theorists have investigated them over thousands of studies to see how they relate to things like relationship satisfaction, family functioning, work devotion, and personal well-being. I'm currently conducting a study on airline pilots and the Big Five, and discovered that those highest in agreeableness and emotional stability seem to be particularly astute at detecting and responding to safety concerns raised by aircrew. For those of us who aren't airline pilots, my students are sometimes intrigued with the finding that those high in emotional stability tend to be more reliable romantic partners and are associated with romantic relationship satisfaction. Emotional stability tends to increase as we age, which is good news for everyone. There are all kinds of findings related to the Big Five in humans that have kept researchers busy and intrigued for the past 50 years since it's been in use. But do cats, like people, differ on the Big Five? We found that they do. We found that cats differed in terms of all five traits, and we want to run through some of those differences. For extraversion, how outgoing a cat is, the most extroverted cat could earn a score of up to 7, and the least extroverted cat a score of 1. We found orange and black cats were highest in extroversion, and the least extroverted were Siamese and calicos. For emotional stability, Siamese were rated the highest in emotional stability. However, we're relying on only 8 Siamese cats for that aspect of the study. The most neurotic cats, in contrast, the lowest in emotional stability, according to their owners, were tortoiseshell cats, tabby cats, and then calico cats. We feel more confident in those ratings given that they represent hundreds of cats rather than a handful. Agreeableness. Oranges take first place once again. Oranges followed by tuxedos were rated most agreeable. And unless there's something unusual about the 40 tortoiseshells in our sample, we can be reasonably confident that they are seen as less agreeable overall, as well as high in neuroticism, so it seems like tortitude is a real phenomenon. But remember, they say nothing about any one cat. Whether your cat follows or bucks these trends we're seeing in our data, please let us know in the comments. And if you'd like your cat to be part of the Maine Cat Lab cohort, we'd love to have him or her. It's free, and we ask that you tell us about your cat's personality in about a 5 or 10-minute online survey so we can have the most complete picture of cats, personalities, and possible connections, if any, with coat color. I'll put a link in the pinned comment. Last week, we were delighted to be visited by the widely acclaimed magazine Down East Magazine, who will feature the UMF Maine Cat Lab and our pioneering research into cat personality and intelligence in their upcoming October issue. It will be on newsstands on October 21st. Thank you to journalist Sarah Donnelly and photographer Michael Wilson for visiting our lab space, our library, and our cats last week. We really enjoyed talking with you. So until next time, stay kind and take good care.